Welcome back to the Hardforking channel and our weekly crypto update show. In a week where one of my favourite stadiums in the world is now called the Crypto.com Stadium. In a week where we have an embassy online in Decentraland from an actual country. What else could happen, Leanne?
What can happen when you're wearing a shirt like that from Miami?
I tell you, Leanne, a lot happens when you wear a shirt like this.
I can
That's
see
why I
this.
wear shirts like this.
I can see this.
I'm a guy that likes things to happen, isn't that right,
You're
Jess?
giving me Miami Bitcoin vibes. I like it. I like it a lot.
I just wanted to show you guys something hilarious. I hope you didn't see it yet, but as you know, the Metaverse chit-chat has been going wild these days, and our totally human, totally not robotic alien freakazoid Mark Zuckerberg starred in a wonderful Metaverse video that he recorded. Man, that was just down-to-earth human stuff, huh? Really beautiful. But anyways, there's a new video that I saw that was just...
Give it to us.
Hi, and welcome to this very natural setting. Today, I want to talk about a revolutionary approach on how to connect our world without being super weird. Some said it's not possible. Some said it's out of reach. To them, we say it's already here. Seriously, look, it's right here. And what do we call this not-so-new chapter in human connectivity? The Iceland-verse. Enhanced, actual reality without silly-looking headsets. In our open-world experience, everything is real. And has been for millions of years. It's completely immersive, with water that's wet. With humans to connect with. Now, please enjoy our logo.
I love how we can't open the door.
I know.
This is the most real place ever.
You know, in the series Vikings, I think they tried to inhabit Iceland and it wasn't very habitable. But, you know, it's not the place I want to be. It's not enough sunshine.
It's probably quite timely to poke a bit of fun at the Metaverse. But there is the reality that it's such early days for it. I think our major battle is going to be coming up with something in the crypto sphere that will attract people to what we're creating in this space, in the blockchain space, as opposed to what probably is going to be a very slick looking product from Facebook, which may do more to harm society than people going into living part of their lives in metaverses, if you know what I mean. In blockchain, it is you, it's your data. I think that's the one thing I'd want to impress upon people while we're poking a bit of fun at it all. This article, I found this one in rt.com. So the interestingly worded first country agrees to set up embassy in the metaverse. So I don't know whether Decentraland forced them to do that. But yeah, the tiny Caribbean island of Barbados has extended its diplomatic outreach to the virtual world, signing an agreement with Decentraland.
I would say Barbados has some interesting crypto characters living on the island, which has helped to influence these types of decisions to be involved in.
Have you been there?
No, have you?
I've been to Barbados when I was a kid.
Uh-huh. And?
And it's absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah.
But so my question to this is, before that, you just say our embassy has a website, right? So the difference is, instead of being able to go to a website, now you can go to the embassy in a 3D environment?
Well, I guess. I mean, I think that kind of the whole purpose of the metaverse is that you can actually do things that are, you know, you can order a pizza in Decentraland at the moment while you're playing a game and the pizza actually arrives at your house. So I think it's just an extension of, yeah, I guess you can apply for passports and whatever in the metaverse.
I'll be pretty upset if you have to get a queue buster ticket in the metaverse. Like if you had to line up and take a ticket and just stand in a queue like you would in everyday real life.
Everyday real life is a bit different at the moment, Leanne. As I found out, I'm about to to leave New Zealand after a year, and oh my God, this is like just the paperwork, the hoops to jump through, the uncertainty. I'm still in a country that has a closed border. Once I leave, I can't get back in, which I personally think is against my human rights. I think the people running this country at the moment, as great a job as you've all done, securing the health and safety of your population, I actually think you're breaking the law, not allowing a citizen of New Zealand to re-enter the country. I'm vaccinated, I've done my bit. Now please sort that out. It's frickin' ridiculous.
Don't worry, the curtains are falling. That's all I got to say about that. Have no fear.
Why the hell did I get vaccinated, Jesse, if I can't even re-enter the country that I hold a passport to? I've taken an experimental drug, I've done my bit, and I don't care if the channel gets censored at this point. I'm pissed off about this one, and it's got to change.
This absolutely will not last. Don't worry.
Cue in evil laughter. They're good questions, Sean, and I always say this. I like people to ask good questions, and this is a good question to ask, especially if you have gone through the process about why the laws don't even make sense after you've done all the things that they want you to do.
Correct.
So, yeah. But you're going to the
I hold the country's passport. I'm vaccinated. I'll be tested before I get on a plane and after I get off it. But yet, even if I wanted to come back to the country, I can't because there's no places in their quarantine system for me. So
well, maybe you just need to go to Barbados instead and get
virtually
a passport in the Metaverse that you can pay for with crypto.
The Metaverse, it's so young that people don't really know how to define it, is quite interesting.
Yeah.
But a friend of mine, Jason, put me onto an up-and-coming bit of technology that clearly will catch on. It's MetaHero. Basically, this is Ultra HD metascanning technology that will basically...
I have heard of it, yes.
Where you can create your own 3D avatar of yourself, and using the hero token, this platform will be... who knows if they'll have competitors that do it better, but apparently this one looks quite promising. And yeah, obviously it's a bit creepy to me to know that fairly soon this metaverse will have an identical me walking around, and I'm almost scared for that identical me. What if he says, well, who am I? Where am I from? Where, are you God? But
or he starts behaving like God. I actually saw that, Jesse. I went down a rabbit hole with the hero token a few weeks ago, I think. And they're quite an active, prominent team that are working with a lot of other organisations. So that is definitely, I didn't actually think about myself though being represented. I just got caught up in the idea of it. But thinking about myself stumbling around the metaverse is kind of an interesting thought.
We see a lot of these solutions, and I have no idea about the hero blockchain. The token, is it its own blockchain? Is it interoperable? For me, a metaverse has to encapsulate that vision of a decentralized world, something that individuals or a corporation don't own. We know that Facebook's metaverse will be effectively a closed system because it is a company. It's a corporation that will run it. So when I see a lot of these great things in the blockchain space, I still think it's a long road to something being a metaverse that I would want to be involved in, that is truly decentralized, that I know, some evil emperors stroking shaved cats are not controlling. So I always curb my enthusiasm a little bit when I'm seeing what might appear to be a great bit of tech in the blockchain space. I mean, ultimately, blockchains as they currently are, it's a smart contract is a if this then that equation. It's quite basic. People don't seem to understand that yet. So the growth on a decentralized system like Ethereum that is becoming more decentralized, let's see how it goes.
I have a question about, you bring up decentralized. With all that's going on politically right now, and I know that bill just passed in the US, the one that can make everybody a broker. what are your thoughts about can we be truly decentralized, or what is like something that will stop that from evolving?
Something that would retard progress is clearly American politics, because the rest of the Western economies will follow suit. I don't really have much to do with China, so the fact that they've said, look, we're a closed system. This is how we're going to operate. We've got our central bank digital yuan. They've banned Bitcoin. They don't want anything to do with a public internet. That's China. It's a technocracy now. It's effectively one big company that's consuming so many other things. So if America stays true to its founding fathers, it retains that entrepreneurial spirit, that frontier spirit, it stays at the forefront of innovation, then what we're doing in this space will grow fast. But if the current crop of politicians there look to retard it, they're only going to commit political suicide. I think they'll ultimately realise that. I think the toothpaste is out of the tube, the cat's out of the bag, whatever you want to say. I think this thing is taking on a life of its own now. With projects like Olympus DAO that we discussed last week. That's fascinating. What's going on, and that sort of innovation within DeFi. To answer your question, what stops it, Leanne? It would be politicians, either elected or self-appointed leaders, looking to pass onerous laws that scare people away from using the things that are out there. The role of politicians is to support their population, to protect them, maybe offer roads and a health system, etc. Unfortunately, we're living on a planet now where the politics has become too big.
Well, the politics is in your body and in your bed now. So,
Correct.
I was thinking about the biggest hurdle would be that they just start literally banning websites, banning searches, doing all those things that you can't even get onto these platforms.
With every action, there's a reaction, right? And if anyone thought that a new form of currency separated from the federal and world banking cartels would just come and make everyone free and happy, they're out of their fucking mind. The Houston Rockets are getting paid in Bitcoin. You got stadiums called Crypto.com. Every celebrity and their mother is buying $1 million JPEGs. This is here, and they are freaking out. So that's why I laughed earlier on in this show, because no matter how much they try, this is an unstoppable thing. I mean, they're gonna go further. Like, mark my words. I don't want to freak anyone out, but when the internet turns off, when you lose the connection, whenever this happens, not if, but when it happens, stay strong, laugh, smile, and understand that it's all gonna be back, but they're gonna do their best. So be strong.
It's interesting when you talk about how mainstream. We've talked about this on the show for months now, but I had a conversation with a friend on the last few days, and she was at a dinner party, and I know she won't mind me sharing this. They asked her all about crypto, and they started laughing at her and ridiculing her, and it made me think about all those times from years ago when that may have happened to us. And I told her the story that 3-4 years ago, a friend completely ridiculed me and laughed his head off at me when I said countries will use Bitcoin as currency. And I don't actually speak to that person anymore. We've just sort of gone our separate ways. But I often think of that moment that he just belittled me so much that I could have the idea that there would be Bitcoin used as a currency, and we have it now. We're mainstream. So to censor things and shut down the internet to stop us using DEXs or decentralized platforms is going to be a hard task. I think they might try, Jesse, as I agree with you. I think they'll try, but whether they succeed is another story.
I'm not sure who you mean when you say they, for number one.
I say they for a reason.
We have figureheads that are elected who are supposed to be leading us into a better world, right? And then you have people behind them who are less elected, but have probably more power than the ones we're talking about. These people do exist. They have a lot to do with control of media and control of banks, and these people don't care about you. And they, the all-powerful they, don't like the fact that media is like decentralized. We have men and women who are brave and intelligent enough to go out there on their own with a camera and just point it at current events. And that's as close to real media as you can get these days, because otherwise you've got an agenda. And that would be the centralized media we're talking about. So, I mean, the fact that we have people out there, and look, they're trying to stop these fellows from going out there and just showing us what's happening. They're trying to stop them. So they're trying to stop the money from getting out of their hands. They're trying to stop it all.
The stuff that's important to me personally in the crypto space, and literally, I think if you watch this channel, you know by now, it was just Bitcoin for nearly 3 or 4 years, because it is truly decentralized. It can't be shut off. We talk about the they can't switch it off. There's also so much rubbish in this space. We all personally know some absolute freaking dirtbags that run around talking the talk in this crypto space and blatantly just ripping people off.
Yeah.
And you need checks and balances against that. I'd go as far as to say 95% of what people are putting money into in the crypto space is dog shit. You're getting scammed, and you need checks and balances against that. So that's where, we can't write off these layers of politics, etc. We need checks and balances, but most importantly, understand what you're getting into and understand what decentralization is.
Yeah, but
vote with your time and money.
Yeah, but Sean, what you're suggesting,
create a better world.
You're going down that path of saying there's bad people out there that will hurt you, so we need the government to tell us to help us save us. It's like, what? I mean,
no, I'm straight up a libertarian. I almost believe in just minimal government. I'm confident in my ability to negotiate those situations, but I don't think a lot of people are. They should be protected by some level of law against being scammed. And a lot of what happens in this space. As I say, for me personally, I'm hardcore libertarian.
But Sean, it's one thing if someone runs up to you with a gun and says, "Give me all your money." It's another thing if someone's sitting on the side of the street going, "Give me money and I'll make you rich." And so you give him money and then he runs away. I don't think that we should be putting any power into anyone to try to regulate this. If you're dumb enough to fucking give the guy on the street money and he runs away, oops, lesson learned. There is a difference between being straight up,
very, very valid point,
being violently robbed or being duped.
And that's what I hate about becoming an accredited investor in the US. You have to have one.
That's wrong.
That's right.
That's straight up wrong.
That's right, because they're saying to you, if you have less than $1 million in the bank, you can't make good decisions about your finances.
Correct.
So
you're a dumbass. You're not allowed to invest.
That's why if you do get scammed in the crypto space now, it's awful, but you learn from it, and you learn how to then you learn from it. You learn a big lesson from it. And we've all had times in our lives where we've learned something from losing control of money or trusting someone or something that we shouldn't have. We've all had an experience down that path, I'd say, but you learn pretty quick from it. But yeah, I agree that we don't need to hold people's hand to tell them what's good and bad for them.
Yeah. On that note, here's Leanne's top 5 coins to 100x in the next month.
You will never have my top 5 coins.
This is financial advice from Leanne.
Oh man, the only financial.
Floor is yours, Leanne. Give us your top 5.
My financial advice is either get a really good coffee machine or find a really good cafe. That's the only advice I have today, is make sure you're drinking nice coffee. Life's too short to drink bad coffee. Had a bad one the other day. Jesse, you've been invested in Gala for a while now. That got listed on Coinbase, except the wrong token pumped, as you can see in this image. So this shows you that people didn't even check the ticker properly. They just typed in GAL, G-A-L, instead of Gala, and they've pumped the price instead of the original Gala token. So people, if you're doing stupid things like that, then that's when I'm like, I don't take any risk. You deserve to lose your money. If you're going to not even get the ticker right, you should be going on to CoinGecko. You should be checking the ticker. You should be doing all the right things before you place trades on things.
Okay, well, I think we should wrap it up. We've gone over our allotted time.
Yep.
We're thinking about making this a live show as well to involve you all. So maybe give us your thoughts on that. We might maybe just do a trial of a live show at some point. We're not sure. We can't make our minds up. So let us know what you think. Would you like to?
Otherwise, just drop us a question.
An everyday real
drop us
life?
a question. We can answer it in the next
Yeah.
next week.
Yeah. Okay. Any parting advice for the audience, as we always do? Mathematics.
Make sure that you lean towards the decision that your gut, your higher self, whatever you want to call it, the voice that you listen to, follow that one. Because I think in these upcoming months, it's probably most important, more than usual, that you're on the right side of things. So be safe, be smart, and just hunker down, because I think we got a large shift in the way the world is working, and it can go in multiple directions based on how we act. So be strong, be smart, be brave, and rock on. Keep on rocking in this somewhat free world.
True. Very good. Leanne, any parting thoughts?
My one this week will be look after your body. I mean, the sun's out for you. Look at the big smile on your face. I've had some health things going on, and now I'm even snapped back into absolute consciousness, even though I'm pretty good at it. There's things I can still do. Get outside, get some sun. Just 5 minutes with your face turned to the sun is like a game changer. But we just don't stop enough. So if there's no roses to smell, pick up some grass or dirt and smell.
Yeah.
And very importantly, make sure you get a comedy shirt and try and make someone else laugh and smile today, people.
Yeah.
On that note, thanks for watching. Thank you to my wonderful co-hosts. We love you all. See you next time.
Bye.
Yeah.